How to tell if someone had a religious vision or a hallucination. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're diving into one of the most delicate, fascinating, and misunderstood questions in the intersection of faith and psychology. How do you tell if someone has had a genuine religious vision or if they may be experiencing a hallucination? This question touches the spiritual, the emotional, and the neurological all at once. It requires humility, compassion, and a willingness to sit with mystery. No matter your belief system, this topic affects families, communities, and individuals around the world. Let's explore it with care. Part 1. Humanity has always seen visions. Religious visions are woven through human history. Moses in the burning bush, Paul on the road to Damascus, Muhammad receiving revelations, Joan of Arc hearing voices, indigenous healers receiving messages and rituals, mystics in every culture entering states of profound experience. People in all eras have reported contact with something beyond themselves. So when someone says they've seen a vision, it is not inherently a sign of illness. It may be spiritual, symbolic, psychological, or deeply meaningful. But at the same time, hallucinations can also arise from schizophrenia, spectrum disorders, bipolar mania, severe depression, trauma and PTSD, sleep deprivation, neurological conditions, substance use, extreme stress. So you must ask, what differentiates a religious vision from a hallucination? Let's explore the key differences. Part 2. The context of the experience. Was the person engaged in a religious or meditative practice? Most religious visions occur during prayer, fasting, meditation, grief, ritual, solitude, deep emotional longing. Vision that occurs within an expected spiritual context is less concerning, but hallucinations related to illness often occur suddenly, repeatedly, without spiritual context during periods of confusion or agitation. Context tells us whether the mind was seeking meaning or struggling with overload. Did the experience align with the person's previous beliefs? If a Christian sees an angel, a Muslim hears a comforting message from God, or a Buddhist experiences a moment of enlightenment, this fits within their worldview. If someone begins to receive messages contradicting their own faith, declare new doctrines only they can access, feel chosen in a way that isolates them from others, claim prophetic authority they never sought before, these are signs that the experience may not be spiritual but symptomatic. Visions that break a person's established identity require careful attention. Part 3. Emotional tone and aftermath. Did the experience bring peace or chaos? Religious visions often leave a person calm, humbled, inspired, full of love or clarity, or renewed in purpose. But hallucinations tied to mental illness tend to leave people frightened, panicked, confused, irritable, exhausted, ashamed, overwhelmed. The fruit of the experience helps differentiate its nature. Did the vision enrich the person's life or disrupt it? Healthy spiritual experiences usually produce compassion, moral improvement, connection with others, motivation to help, grounding, humility. But hallucinations often produce paranoia, withdrawal, disorganization, inability to work or function, belief others are enemies, obsession, fear, grandiosity. A true religious vision tends to build a life. An untreated hallucination tends to fracture it. Part 4. Content of the experience. Not all visions are created equal. Religious visions tend to present messages like encouragement, insight, moral challenge, comfort, a sense of being guided or protected. Hallucinations more often involve commands, threats, ridicule, accusations, disturbing imagery, chaos or confusion, multiple voices arguing. If the message is kind, moral, and consistent, it leans religious. If the message is violent, commanding, or terrifying, it leans clinical. Part 5. Control and interpretation. Does the person reflect on the experience or feel consumed by it? Someone having a genuine spiritual moment usually says, I don't fully understand it. It felt meaningful. I'm still thinking about what it means. It was powerful, but I'm still me. Someone in psychosis often says it's absolutely real and no one can tell me otherwise. This proves I'm chosen above all others. Vision is controlling my decisions. Everyone must listen to me now. Insight versus total certainty is a major distinction. Can they consider alternative explanations? Healthy spiritual thinkers can say it could be symbolic. It might have been a dream. Maybe God was speaking in a metaphor. Someone experiencing psychosis usually cannot tolerate ambiguity. Absolute conviction without flexibility is a sign that the brain is struggling. Frequency and pattern. Religious visions throughout history are typically rare, singular, deeply transformative, integrated into normal life afterward. Hallucinations linked to illness tend to be repetitive, intrusive, increasingly bizarre, disruptive, unrelated to context, escalating in intensity. The pattern over time is one of the biggest clues. Impact on relationships. A true religious vision makes someone more loving, more patient, more peaceful, more connected, more committed to service. Hallucination often makes someone secretive, suspicious, isolated, irritable, disconnected from loved ones. Spiritual experiences increase empathy. Psychotic symptoms often reduce it. Part 8. Safety always comes first. Even if an experience feels religious, if it leads to dangerous behavior, suicidal or homicidal thoughts, reckless decisions, refusal to eat or sleep, extreme fear, belief others are plotting against them, inability to function, and professional evaluation is essential. This is not about disrespecting faith, it's about protecting life and dignity. A person can be deeply religious and still need help. A person can need help without losing their religious identity. These two truths coexist. Part 9. Humility and compassion in the gray areas. Some experiences will not fit neatly into spiritual or psychological categories. Human beings are complex. The mind is mysterious. Spirituality is deeply personal. Rather than rushing to label, we can ask open questions, listen without judgment, support the person emotionally involved. Trusted religious leaders involve compassionate mental health professionals, ensure safety while honoring dignity. When we combine spiritual respect with psychological insight, we offer the best care possible. Conclusion: discerning without dismissing. So how do we tell if someone had a religious vision or a hallucination? We look at context, impact, emotional tone, the content of the message, whether it enriches or destroys life, the person's level of insight, the pattern over time, and their ability to stay connected to others. More importantly, we respond not with fear but with empathy. So whether someone is encountering the divine, the depths of their mind, or something in between, they deserve to be met with compassion, dignity, and understanding. Thank you.